Week 17 injury update features a scary situation that had just occurred on Monday night. The Buffalo Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals, which includes safety Damar Hamlin for the Bills, as he lost conscious and eventually was sent to the hospital. And this injury happened midway through the first quarter. He was trying to tackle T. Higgins and initially made contact, and after the tackle he got up, but immediately he went down and he lost conscious, and this eventually went on for several minutes before they brought out the stretcher, the ambulance, and he was sent to a local hospital, which they eventually announced that he was placed in critical condition. And within the replay, it showed that he got hit in the chest prior to making the tackle and was then being administered CPR on the field. And while this was happening, players were in shock, some were crying, and eventually took a knee and prayed, hoping that everything will be all right for Damar Hamlin. And both coaches, Sean McDermott and Zach Taylor, they both had a brief conversation as to what they should do next, and it was in best interest that eventually the game would be suspended. And within an hour later, it was announced that the game has been postponed. Now, the latest update is some good news. His marketing rep mentioned that his vitals are back to normal and they have put him to sleep. And while doing so, they placed a breathing tube down his neck and they're currently running tests. And as of right now, that's the latest update that we have involving Damar Hamlin. Now, some of the players, including Stephon Diggs, went to the hospital to make sure everything's all good. So because of that, some of the players are going to stay with him overnight, whereas the rest of the team, they're going to travel back to Buffalo, and we'll see what happens from here on out. But prayers go out to Damar Hamlin, as not only players are sending out their prayers, people throughout the world have started to donate to his charity drive, as his initial goal was to receive $2,500 for his GoFundMe toy drive, as it's officially surpassed $1 million, as the majority have came within the past couple of hours. Now, more injuries to go around the league. Christian McCaffrey from the 49ers suffered a mild ankle sprain and he's considered day-to-day. The team is still without Deebo Samuel as he's recovering from an MCL sprain, and right now he is making good progress. It's unknown when he will return. Kansas City Chiefs defensive back L'Jarius Sneed suffered a minor hip pointer and he's also considered day-to-day. Whereas Indianapolis Colts quarterback Nick Foles suffered a rib injury against the Giants after he got sacked by Kayvon Thibodeau, and because of that, he will not play in the season finale. As Matt Ryan has been elevated to second string, Sam Ehlinger will be the starter. Seattle Seahawks linebacker Jordan Brooks suffered a torn ACL against the New York Jets, and his season is over. And going back to the Chiefs, they had two more players that suffered an injury. Joe Thuney, the guard, suffered an ankle injury, and Sky Moore also suffered a hand injury. Both of those guys did not return against the Denver Broncos. And the Miami Dolphins continue to suffer injuries within their quarterbacks. This time his backup QB Teddy Bridgewater suffering a broken pinky against the New England Patriots, and he did not return, but his availability is uncertain, knowing that the team, they're without Tua, who's still in the concussion protocol, as they are fighting for that final playoff spot, knowing that they have officially lost their control of destiny. They are going to need some help, but they could be relying on Skylar Thompson, the rookie third-string quarterback, to lead the team against the Jets next week. Washington Commanders Jonathan Allen suffered a knee injury against the Cleveland Browns. He did not return, and the final injury to mention is Josh Sweat, the defensive end from the Philadelphia Eagles. He had suffered a neck injury against the Saints, and he is considered day-to-day after being released from the hospital. Now, initially, he was transported there with a neck injury for precautionary reasons, and he had movement in all extremities. And later on, Josh Sweat mentioned that he is good and will return at some point. That's all for now, you guys. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share with others, as I'll see you guys next time.